A strange new object has been spotted, and what we're seeing is unlike anything we've ever observed before. The object in question, 3I Atlas, an interstellar object that has now become the subject of intense scrutiny by scientists and the public alike. What's so strange about it? For starters, it defies gravity. And it's gotten even stranger. The object appears to be bluer than the sun, exhibiting behaviour no known natural body could match. It manoeuvred in ways that shouldn't be possible, and it's shedding material unlike any comet we've seen. To make things even more perplexing, scientists are divided on what to make of it. Some believe it's just an unusual comet, but others, including Harvard's renowned astrophysicist Dr. Avi Loeb, are convinced this object may be something far more extraordinary. Perhaps it's not a comet at all. Maybe it's a probe, intentionally manoeuvring through space. But there's a deeper mystery. Some are even speculating a connection to the famous WOW signal from 1977, suggesting that we might be dealing with something designed to communicate with us. The mystery is unfolding before our eyes, and the implications could be massive. In the next few minutes, we'll take you through what's been discovered, what's still unknown, and why the next few months will be critical in solving this cosmic riddle. If you're as fascinated by cosmic anomalies as we are, make sure to hit that like button and comment below where you're watching from. Now, let's dive in. The initial discovery, October 29th, 2025. It all started on October 29th, 2025. 3I Atlas, which was already known to be an interstellar object, reached its perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun. At this point, astronomers were watching carefully, as comets typically show signs of activity when they near the Sun. What happened next took everyone by surprise. Rather than exhibiting the usual behaviour expected from a comet, a growing tail, as volatile materials are released from the nucleus, 3I Atlas remained almost eerily calm. Observatories around the world, including NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory and the Virtual Telescope project in Italy, were monitoring the object. But they didn't see the usual cometary spectacle. Instead, they saw something entirely unexpected. 3I Atlas appeared to brighten by a factor of 5. Its colour shifted dramatically from a typical reddish hue to a brilliant, almost unnatural blue, much bluer than the Sun. And it didn't stop there. 7 distinct jets were detected emanating from the core, but strangely there was no tail, no visible debris. This was a comet behaving in a way that no comet should. Experts were baffled. How could a body, expected to be a dusty, icy object, behave this way? Was it some sort of natural phenomenon? Or was there something more to it? November 9th, 2025. The colour shift and brightening. From November 6th to November 9th, 2025, the anomaly became even more pronounced. As the object continued its journey through the inner solar system, scientists at multiple observatories noticed a dramatic increase in brightness. Not the typical gradual brightening of a comet, but a sudden, sharp spike. The blue hue persisted, but it wasn't just the colour that puzzled them. The amount of light being emitted was off the charts for an object of its type. According to the Virtual Telescope project's Dr. Gianluca Massi, the data from their live stream showed a significant shift in the spectral output of the object. Spectral analysis confirmed that 3I Atlas was emitting light at much shorter wavelengths than expected for a comet, a behaviour not seen in any previous known interstellar object. But what truly sent shockwaves through the scientific community was the confirmation from Dr. Avi Loeb. During an interview on November 7th, 2025, Loeb made a bold statement that would change everything. He said, "This object is manoeuvring. It's not behaving like any natural comet we've ever seen." November 7th, 2025, Dr. Avi Loeb speaks out. Dr. Loeb's statement on November 7th, 2025 sent ripples through the astronomical community. Loeb, a highly respected theoretical astrophysicist at Harvard University and founder of the Galileo Project, has long been outspoken about the possibility of alien life and technology in our solar system. But even he admitted that what he was witnessing with 3I Atlas was beyond anything he could have imagined. "It's accelerating in ways that defy the laws of physics," Loeb explained in his Newsmax interview. "We're seeing this object move faster than any natural comet should, and it's doing so without the typical outgassing. Instead of shedding material in a trail, it's shooting out jets in a highly organised, non-random manner. No known physical process can explain that." Loeb's comments only deepened the mystery. Could 3i Atlas be a piece of alien technology, or perhaps a fragment of a larger structure designed to explore or even monitor Earth? Some have even suggested that the object could be a technological probe sent from a distant civilization to observe us. December 19th, 2025. The countdown begins now. We look ahead to December 19th, 2025, just a few weeks away. On this date, 3i Atlas will make its closest approach to Earth. This is the moment that astronomers have been preparing for. Over the next several weeks, we'll have an unprecedented opportunity to gather high-resolution data from both optical and radar imaging. This is when we'll find out if the object will fragment, if it will emit new jets, or if it will release smaller objects. Whatever happens, December 19th, 2025 could be the moment when the true nature of 3i Atlas is revealed. Could this object be a piece of alien technology? Or will it prove to be a natural phenomenon that we just don't yet understand? The data gathered during this approach may answer some of these questions, but others will remain. One thing is certain: the world will be watching. The theoretical Juno intercept window, March 16th, 2026. If 3i Atlas survives its close pass by Earth, there is still the possibility of one more critical observation. In March 2026, there is a theoretical window for a potential intercept by NASA's Juno spacecraft, which is currently in orbit around Jupiter. Dr. Loeb has suggested that this mission could provide an opportunity to gather even more detailed data on the object. He calculates that by this time we may be able to understand whether 3i Atlas is fragmenting, emitting new jets, or even releasing smaller objects that could hold clues to its origins. Theories and speculation. Is it a comet, an asteroid, or something else? As we get closer to the object's closest approach to Earth, theories about what 3i Atlas actually is continue to evolve. Some scientists still believe it is a comet, albeit a very unusual one. Its jets could be a result of volatile material evaporating from its surface, as comets do when they near the sun. However, this doesn't explain the absence of a tail, the blue colour, or the strange acceleration. Others argue that the object could be an asteroid, a fragment of a larger interstellar body that broke apart during its journey through space. This would explain the lack of a tail, but it doesn't account for the jets or the colour shift. But perhaps the most intriguing theory, suggested by Loeb and others, is that 3i Atlas could be something entirely different. What if it's not a natural object at all, but instead a piece of advanced technology sent by an extraterrestrial civilization? The idea of an interstellar probe monitoring our solar system would be a game changer for our understanding of the universe and our place in it. The cosmic connection. The wow signal. Interestingly, 3i Atlas is in close proximity to the region of space where the wow signal was detected in 1977. The wow signal, as you may know, was a brief, unexplained radio signal that some scientists speculated could have been a message from an alien civilization. While the connection between 3i Atlas and the wow signal remains purely speculative, some have pointed out the remarkable coincidence that both are in the same general direction in the sky. Could this be a sign that something is out there, monitoring us from the farthest reaches of space? Conclusion. The mystery continues. As we look ahead to December 19, 2025 and beyond, the mystery of 3i Atlas remains unsolved. Whether it's a comet, an asteroid, or something even more extraordinary, we'll have to wait for the data to come in. But one thing is clear: 3i Atlas has already defied all our expectations, and the next few weeks and months could hold the key to understanding what it really is. What do you think 3i Atlas could be? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe, because we'll be following this story closely with updates as new data comes in. The data surrounding 3i Atlas continues to flow in at an astonishing rate. As scientists delve deeper into its anomalies, each new discovery only raises more questions. The object's strange blue colour and unprecedented acceleration have led to an intense scientific debate. What is causing this mysterious behaviour, and how could something like this exist in the first place? Let's break down what we've learned so far. Observatories around the world report new findings. Since the initial observations of the object's brightening and blue colour shift, the global astronomical community has been working overtime to analyse the data. Observatories in Chile, Hawaii, and even Las Vegas have been tracking 3i Atlas's path through the solar system, but each observation only adds to the puzzle. At the Las Vegas Observatory, part of the Galileo project, scientists were able to capture some of the clearest images of 3I Atlas yet. According to their data, the object's jets are not just a random outburst of material. The jets are extremely organised, almost as if they are being deliberately controlled. And unlike comets that typically shed dust and gas when they are heated by the sun, these jets are composed of highly concentrated, specific elements, including nickel and other metals not usually found in cometary bodies. It was here that Dr. Avi Loeb began to entertain a new possibility. If this is not a natural comet, he stated, then we might be dealing with something engineered, something that defies every natural process we know. What's really happening to 3I Atlas? The first theory, that this is simply a comet, is looking increasingly unlikely. Why? Because the behaviour of 3I Atlas doesn't align with any of the established patterns we've seen in other comets. First off, the colour change is highly unusual. Comets are generally redder in colour due to their composition of carbon-rich material. A shift to blue, especially to a colour bluer than the sun itself, suggests something unusual about the object's chemical makeup. Even more perplexing is the absence of a tail. When comets get close to the sun, they often produce bright long tails, formed by the evaporation of their icy bodies as they heat up. But 3I Atlas isn't showing any of these typical signs. Instead, it has these distinct jets that appear to be shooting out from its core, with no accompanying debris or dust trail. This raises the question, what's producing these jets? Could it be some kind of internal propulsion system, similar to a jet engine? Dr. Loeb isn't the only one exploring these possibilities. Scientists at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, have been monitoring 3I Atlas's trajectory closely, and their calculations confirm that the object's movement is not entirely consistent with gravitational forces alone. Some researchers are beginning to suspect that the object may be generating its own energy, possibly through some form of internal propulsion. No tail, no problem. Is it propelled from the inside? One of the key anomalies of 3I Atlas is the absence of the typical tail that comets produce. As the object nears the sun, one would expect it to shed volatiles, producing a visible tail of gas and dust. But there's nothing like that. Instead, there are sharp, focused jets coming from the core of the object. These jets are directed, powerful, and seem almost artificial in nature. They resemble the exhaust of a spacecraft, or something deliberately engineered to move in a controlled manner. This raises the possibility that 3I Atlas is not a natural object at all. The absence of a tail could be a clue that it doesn't need one, that instead of relying on natural outgassing, it may have an internal system driving its movement. Could this be evidence of alien technology, a probe designed to move efficiently through space? It's a theory that has been gaining traction, particularly after Dr. Loeb's bold statements. According to him, we could be witnessing the first confirmed example of interstellar technology in our own solar system. The acceleration mystery. How fast is it moving? Another key anomaly is 3I Atlas's speed. At its closest approach to the sun, the object is moving at speeds up to 150 km/s. That's 3 times faster than the fastest rockets ever built by humanity. And it's not just moving fast, it's accelerating at a rate that defies all known physics. This acceleration is happening in a way that doesn't seem to be accounted for by the sun's gravitational pull. According to calculations made by the team at NASA's Horizons database, the object's acceleration cannot be explained by gravity alone. It's as though something is pushing 3I Atlas forward, adding additional speed on top of what gravity would provide. One theory being considered is that 3I Atlas may have some sort of internal propulsion system. This could explain why it's accelerating even as it gets farther from the sun, instead of slowing down as most natural objects would. What could power 3I Atlas? If 3I Atlas is indeed moving via an internal propulsion system, what could be powering it? The question has baffled scientists and speculation is running wild. Some theorists believe it could be powered by an advanced energy source, something far beyond what we know today. For instance, some scientists are considering the possibility that the object is using a form of ion propulsion, a technology that's already used by spacecraft like NASA's Dawn mission to travel through the solar system. Ion propulsion works by expelling ions at extremely high speeds to generate thrust, but 3I Atlas would need an incredibly advanced version of this technology to achieve the speeds and acceleration it's showing. Others believe it could be something even more extraordinary. Some have suggested that 3i Atlas could be a probe sent by an extraterrestrial civilization to study our solar system. Its propulsion system might be far beyond our current understanding of physics, possibly using principles of energy generation or mass manipulation that we can't even imagine. The WOW signal connection. A cosmic coincidence. As if the mystery weren't complex enough, there's an interesting coincidence in the location of 3i Atlas. The object is travelling through a region of space that is relatively close to the origin of the famous WOW signal, detected in 1977 by Dr. Jerry Amon. The WOW signal was a brief, unexplained radio burst that some believed could have been a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization. While it's too early to draw any direct connections, some astronomers have pointed out the curious proximity of 3i Atlas to the WOW signal's origin. Could it be that we are witnessing two separate but potentially related events? One, a mysterious radio signal, and the other, a strange interstellar object moving through our solar system. The upcoming climax, December 19th, 2025. As we get closer to December 19th, 2025, the pressure on scientists to resolve the mystery of 3i Atlas is mounting. With the closest approach to Earth just days away, the global community is preparing for a massive observation effort. Telescopes and observatories from all corners of the world will be aimed at this enigmatic object, hoping to uncover its true nature. Will it be a comet after all? Or will we finally get the answer to the question everyone has been asking? Could 3i Atlas be a technological probe sent from another civilization? The next few weeks will be critical. The answers may lie in the high-resolution images that will be taken during the closest approach. These images could finally reveal whether the object fragments, emits new jets, or releases smaller bodies. And if the object's composition is as strange as its behaviour, we may have to rethink everything we thought we knew about interstellar objects. As December 19th, 2025 draws nearer, astronomers around the world are gearing up for the most intense and significant observation window in the history of interstellar object studies. 3 Atlas will be just 203 million kilometres from Earth, the closest it's been to our planet. This close approach is not only a rare opportunity to observe the object up close, but it could provide crucial data to answer some of the most pressing questions surrounding this mysterious visitor. Observatories across the globe are already on high alert. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, and the Hubble Space Telescope are preparing to use their unparalleled imaging capabilities to capture detailed images of 3i Atlas. In addition, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO, will be tasked with capturing high-resolution data from an entirely different vantage point, offering a unique perspective on the object's trajectory and composition. Meanwhile, the Galileo project team, led by Dr. Avi Loeb, is working to gather data from ground-based observatories, including the Las Vegas Observatory, which has been one of the main contributors to tracking the object's behaviour. They plan to observe 3i Atlas as it passes through the inner solar system, looking for any changes in its jets, its brightness, or even signs of fragmentation. What will we learn? The upcoming close approach will be the defining moment in understanding 3i Atlas. Several key observations could help us uncover the object's true nature: jets and tail formation. Will the object's jets change as it nears Earth? Will they become more pronounced or even evolve into a cometary tail? If so, how do these jets form and what are they made of? The lack of a traditional tail so far has been one of the most perplexing aspects of 3i Atlas. Colour shifts. Will the blue hue persist as the object approaches? If the colour shift is not merely an optical illusion caused by lighting, it could point to a chemical composition that is completely different from that of ordinary comets. Perhaps the object is composed of metals like nickel, which could explain the unusual colour. Fragmentation or disintegration. As 3i Atlas gets closer, will it break apart? Some scientists believe that the object could be shedding material or even disintegrating. This could provide further clues as to whether it's a natural comet or something entirely different, such as an artificial construct or metallic object. Speed and acceleration. With its incredible speed and unexplained acceleration, will we see any further changes in the object's trajectory? As the object draws nearer, its velocity and motion will be tracked in more detail, providing more information about the forces at play. The possibilities. What could 3i Atlas be? The possibilities for what 3I Atlas might be are staggering. As the object gets closer, scientists are contemplating four main scenarios. A natural comet. The most straightforward explanation is that 3I Atlas is simply a comet, albeit an unusual one. Its blue colour could be a result of a unique chemical composition, while the absence of a tail could be explained by the object's low volatility or the particular way its materials are evaporating. However, the absence of tail formation, combined with its rapid acceleration, challenges this theory. A metallic fragment. Another possibility is that 3I Atlas is an interstellar asteroid, a fragment from a larger broken-up body. Its metallic composition, including high nickel content, could support this theory. The lack of outgassing and the unusual acceleration could be the result of the object shedding material or undergoing a structural change as it approaches the Sun. An alien probe. Perhaps the most sensational theory is that 3I Atlas is a piece of alien technology. This idea has gained traction due to the object's unnatural acceleration and the possible presence of jets. Could we be looking at an interstellar probe sent by an extraterrestrial civilization to monitor our solar system? Some scientists, including Dr. Avi Loeb, have suggested that this could be a plausible explanation, pointing to the precision and control exhibited by the object. A fragmented artificial structure. A more radical theory suggests that 3I Atlas could be part of a much larger artificial structure, perhaps even a decommissioned spacecraft or space station, that has fragmented as it passed through the solar system. This would explain its unexpected behaviour and the apparent lack of a natural cometary tail. The data we need. As the object approaches Earth, the next few weeks will be crucial in gathering data that could definitively answer these questions. In particular, astronomers will be looking for detailed spectral data that could reveal more about the object's composition. By analysing the wavelengths of light emitted by 3I Atlas, scientists can determine the chemical makeup of the object, including the presence of metals like nickel, and whether there are any unusual compounds that might indicate non-natural origins. Radar observations will also play a critical role. By bouncing signals off 3I Atlas and analysing the return, scientists can learn about its shape, rotation, and surface features. These observations will provide more context for understanding the object's structure and whether it's more likely to be a natural body or a man-made construct. The Galileo Project's role. As the story continues to unfold, one of the most significant players in the investigation of 3I Atlas is the Galileo Project, founded by Dr. Avi Loeb. The Galileo Project is dedicated to the scientific search for extraterrestrial life and technology, and its work on 3I Atlas is at the heart of this investigation. Dr. Loeb's theory that 3I Atlas may be an interstellar probe is gaining traction, and the Galileo Project's findings could be pivotal in either confirming or refuting this hypothesis. Loeb's involvement has sparked a public debate over the object's origins, with some colleagues questioning his conclusions, while others support his theory. In recent weeks, Loeb has publicly called for greater transparency from space agencies like NASA, which has so far withheld high-resolution images from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. This has led to growing pressure from both the scientific community and members of Congress to release more data to the public. The political and scientific debate. The controversy surrounding 3I Atlas is not just scientific, it's political as well. In late November 2025, US Representative Anna Paulina Luna, a member of the House of Representatives, publicly called for transparency in the government's handling of 3I Atlas. Her push for the release of high-resolution images from NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has added fuel to the fire. As the debate intensifies, scientists are divided on how to interpret the object's anomalous behaviour. Some believe that 3I Atlas is just a strange comet with unusual properties, while others, like Loeb, argue that we may be witnessing the first evidence of extraterrestrial technology. What's clear, however, is that this mystery is far from over. The countdown continues. With the December 19, 2025 close approach just around the corner, the scientific community is bracing for the final countdown. As telescopes around the world turn their attention to 3I Atlas, we'll soon have the answers to some of the most pressing questions about this mysterious object. Will it fragment? Will we see signs of a technological probe? Or will we uncover a natural phenomenon that simply defies our current understanding? The data collected during this close approach will likely shape the course of research on interstellar objects for years to come. As we await the results, one thing is clear. The mystery of 3I Atlas is just beginning. And what we discover in the coming weeks could change the way we think about the universe and our place within it forever. As we approach the critical moment of December 19th, 2025, the world will be watching closely. This is the closest 3I Atlas will ever get to Earth during its passage through the solar system, and it's our best chance to uncover the true nature of this strange interstellar object. The stakes are high, and the implications of what we discover could be enormous. Telescopes and observatories worldwide are preparing for the big event. Over the coming weeks, data from various instruments will be collected in real time, and some of the most sophisticated technology humanity has ever developed will be aimed directly at 3I Atlas. By the time the object reaches its closest point to Earth, we will have gathered a wealth of information, but will it be enough to explain the object's mysterious behaviour? Scientists are working tirelessly to ensure that every angle of the object is observed. This includes looking for any changes in its shape, acceleration, and the jets that have been emitting from its core. We will also have an unprecedented opportunity to observe the object's colour shift in full detail. But there is one question that hangs over all of this. What will we see when the close approach finally occurs? The questions we're still asking. The closer we get to the December 19th approach, the more it seems like 3I Atlas is an object that refuses to be easily categorized. In the last few weeks, as new data comes in, scientists are still struggling to explain several key aspects of the object's behavior. Acceleration. We know that 3I Atlas is accelerating at a rate far beyond what can be explained by gravity alone. Scientists have ruled out traditional explanations like the Yarkovsky effect, a process in which sunlight warms one side of an object, causing a small thrust. The rate of acceleration simply doesn't add up. What is the source of this extra energy? Could this acceleration be the result of some sort of internal propulsion system? The jets. While the jets that have been observed are unusual, they're not entirely unprecedented. We've seen similar jets in other comets like 60SAM per Churyumov-Gerasimenko, which was visited by the European Space Agency's Rosetta mission. But those jets were formed from water and dust, sublimating as the comet got closer to the Sun. 3I Atlas's jets, however, appear to be composed of metallic elements, including nickel, and they're being emitted in a very organised, almost engineered manner. Could this be the result of a natural chemical reaction, or is there something more deliberate at work here? The lack of a tail. Perhaps the most perplexing feature of 3I Atlas is the absence of the long, dusty tail that we expect from comets. The object should be shedding materials as it nears the Sun, but instead of a traditional tail, it's emitting focused jets of material. Could this be a clue that 3I Atlas isn't a comet at all, but rather something far more extraordinary? The blue colour. The colour shift from red to blue is yet another piece of the puzzle that doesn't quite fit. Comets typically have a reddish hue due to the organic materials that make up their composition. The blue colour of 3I Atlas suggests that its composition might be radically different from any comet we've ever studied. Could the object be made primarily of metallic elements that emit blue light when energized? Or is this a result of some other unknown physical process? The key to understanding a new paradigm. The data gathered in December 2025 and beyond will be pivotal in determining whether 3I Atlas is a natural object, a metallic fragment, or something far more extraordinary, perhaps even a piece of advanced technology from another civilization. Whatever the conclusion, the implications for science and for our understanding of the universe will be profound. If 3I Atlas is an alien probe, it could mark the first time humanity has encountered something beyond our solar system that is intentionally sent to observe us. The technology required to send a probe across the vast distances between stars is far beyond anything we've ever developed. But if we're dealing with something artificial, it could open up a new chapter in the search for extraterrestrial life and redefine everything we know about space exploration. On the other hand, if 3I Atlas is simply a strange comet or asteroid, it will still force us to rethink the behaviour of interstellar objects and the processes that govern them. We could be looking at a new class of objects that behaves differently from anything in our own solar system. The speculative theories. What if we're being watched? As the mystery deepens, one theory has gained significant traction. What if 3i Atlas is a piece of technology designed not only to explore our solar system, but to observe us? The idea that 3i Atlas could be an interstellar probe, possibly even a sentient one, is an intriguing and unsettling thought. Could we be the subjects of an experiment conducted by a far advanced civilization? Perhaps 3i Atlas is observing Earth, studying our planet and its inhabitants in ways we cannot yet comprehend. Some fringe theorists have even speculated that the object could be part of a larger effort to monitor intelligent life forms in the universe. The possibility that we are not alone, that we are being watched, is a terrifying thought. But what if it's true? In any case, the implications of 3i Atlas are profound. Whether it's an artificial probe or a strange unclassified object from deep space, the fact remains that it is unlike anything we've encountered before. The scientific community is left scrambling to understand how such an object could exist, and whether we are looking at a new chapter in the history of space exploration, or something far more unsettling. What happens next? As we wait for the close approach on December 19, 2025, the questions surrounding 3i Atlas will only intensify. With the continued monitoring by observatories like the Virtual Telescope Project, NASA, JPL, and other institutions, we may soon get answers to some of the most important questions in modern astronomy. The data we receive in the coming weeks could change our understanding of space, technology, and perhaps even our place in the universe. For now, the mystery of 3i Atlas remains unsolved. We don't know what it is, but we're getting closer to finding out. One thing is certain: the discoveries ahead will shape the course of space science for generations to come. Final thoughts. The end of one mystery, or the beginning of another? The cosmic riddle of 3i Atlas will not be solved overnight. As we continue to collect data from telescopes and spacecraft, we'll be faced with more questions, more theories, and perhaps even more anomalies. And while some of the answers may come sooner rather than later, we may also find ourselves staring into the vast unknown, forced to accept that some mysteries are far bigger than we ever imagined. But whether it's the discovery of alien technology or simply an extraordinary comet, one thing is clear: 3i Atlas has already made its mark on history, and as we move into 2026 with new missions planned and further investigations on the horizon, the story of this mysterious interstellar object is far from over. Closing engagement. If you want to follow this story as it continues to unfold, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. I'll be releasing updates as new data comes in, especially after December 19th, when we'll finally see the object's closest approach to Earth. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. What do you think 3i Atlas is? A comet, an alien probe, or something else entirely? I'm really curious to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this extraordinary cosmic mystery.